You're listening to Frog Talk, a public service of the KFRG stations.
I'm Jeff Davis, News Director of the KFRG stations, and my guest for this segment is San Bernardino County's 3rd District Supervisor, Neil Derry. Thank you for joining me, Supervisor.
Thank you, Jeff.
You have renewed your call for the creation of an independent ethics commission in San Bernardino County. Right after you were elected, before you took office, you and I talked about this in an interview. Tell us why, again, you think San Bernardino County needs an ethics commission, in case folks don't know why.
Well, it's rather self-explanatory. The County of San Bernardino has had numerous issues with criminal activity and ethical lapses over the past 20 years, and it seems to be occurring again over the last couple of years. So I think it points to the need for an independent body that can at least keep an eye on the elected officials as well as appointed officials in the county to make sure we're shooting straight with the voters and doing the right thing and acting in an honest and open fashion. And that's all I care about, is making sure that we operate out in the open. The public knows what we're doing and why we're doing it, and that we're working on their interest, on their behalf, and not somebody else's. And I think that's been a problem in the past. Its head has risen again with the issues with the assessor's office. And I think that if we have this independent commission keeping an eye on things, that politicians are less likely to fall into the old habits of doing things for self-interest.
How would this ethics commission operate differently than the way ethics complaints are currently handled in San Bernardino County?
Well, there currently is no body other than the Fair Political Practices Commission, the Attorney General's office, or the District Attorney's office to address those issues. So they haven't been addressed. And numerous times it's gotten to the point where the federal government at times has come in, where the DA's office has come in, where the Attorney General's office has come in, or the FPPC has addressed issues related to campaigns. But I think it goes deeper than campaigns. I think it goes to it's a cultural situation at this point in time, where it seems to be entrenched or ingrained in San Bernardino County. I think by having an independent body of up to five commissioners that are selected with set qualifications, but selected at random, not political appointments, who are independent of the system, who are independent of the political actions of the county, will keep an eye on us and make sure that, and give the voters and the people we represent the confidence that we are acting on their behalf. Because sometimes, even when we are acting on their behalf in the best interest of the county, sometimes the past has sometimes corrupted what I would say even the best intentions and doing the right thing. People think that in some situations, because the county's past, of our past, that we are always acting in self-interest, even when we're not acting in self-interest. We're actually acting on behalf of the voters.
Who would this commission have jurisdiction over if it was created?
It would strictly be the county elected officials, and county activities. That if a city wanted to make their own commission, they'd have to do so themselves. It would strictly be county elected officials and county appointees.
Is there support among other county supervisors for an ethics commission?
There's been discussions. Supervisor Bian has been supportive, but at this point, I think it's been a wait-and-see situation to see what we come up with. I'm hopeful that the Board of Supervisors will approve it when it's brought forward in about the next month and a half. I'm also hopeful that they'll support a sunshine ordinance, which I also believe is an important reform effort in the county to open up the books and open up county government to scrutiny for both the public and the press. I think that both of these ideas are meritorious. They need to move forward so the voters know that we're always acting in their interests and not somebody else's. I think that's the most important thing. And at this point in time, I don't think we have the trust of the public, and we need to restore that trust.
Of course, this all comes in the wake of the assessor's office scandal. There's been some charges filed in that case among some of the aides to a former assessor Postmus, not against him personally. Of course, the big one in recent years, the Jerry Eves scandal as well.
It goes further than that. We had 2 CAOs, chief administrative officers, arrested for bribery. We had the treasurer tax collector arrested a number of years back as well. So this is not been a single or a group of single incidents. It seems to be ongoing, and we need to get it fixed once and for all.
Now, you said that you think this idea of an ethics commission will come up before the board in the next month and a half or so. Is that right?
Yes. We're going to bring it forward and push it very hard, and I think there'll be support I know there's support from the public for it, and I'm hopeful that there'll be political support on the board to pass both items, both the Ethics Commission and the Sunshine Law, which are separate but tied together in certain ways.
Now, if San Bernardino County residents support your proposals for an Ethics Commission and Sunshine Ordinance, what can they do?
I would urge them to contact their supervisor. There's 5 of us here on the 5th floor in the County Government Center, but they need to hear from their constituents about how important this is. They can write letters of support to the newspapers. We've already had 2 op-ed meetings with the Sun and the Press Enterprise, and now we're going on KFRG very shortly. Or actually we are right now. And we're also going to be attracting and going on other media resources to try to get the word out. But I would simply ask the public to contact your elected representatives at the county and urge their support for these efforts.
No,
on the Sunshine Ordinance, if we don't have enough support, my intent is to bring it forward as an initiative and move it through that direction and take it straight to the voters if we don't have the support on the board.
Of course, everything costs money. I see that you have an estimate on what an ethics commission would cost the county.
Correct. About $500,000 a year is what we estimate to begin with. And that is, in these budget times, that's a difficult pill to swallow. But I think it needs to happen sooner rather than later, and it should be a priority for the board at this time, not wait till the budget. Well, we don't know when the budgets are, when our budgets are going to return back to normal. My take on it is we're going to have these budgetary issues for a number of years to come, so we need to move forward now and bite the bullet and do the right thing by the public and make sure they understand that we're working in their interest.
Well, thank you, Supervisor, for coming on and talking to us about this. It does sound to me like it's something that's needed in San Bernardino County government. You explained why, and so we'll appreciate you explaining it to us, and we look forward to seeing the board take up this issue and hopefully pass it here sometime this summer.
I certainly hope so, and it's going to be a hot couple of months here in San Bernardino.
Politically and temperature-wise.
Yes, sir.
My guest has been San Bernardino County's 3rd District Supervisor, Neil Derry, and I'm Jeff Davis, News Director of the KFRG stations. Thanks for listening.
You're listening to the public affairs program Frog Talk, a service of the KFRG stations.